14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, Civil Rights in 1868. Following the Civil War, Congress submitted to the states 3 amendments as part of its Reconstruction program to guarantee equal civil and legal rights to Black citizens. The major provision of the 14th Amendment was to grant citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the United States, thereby granting citizenship to former slaves. Another equally important provision was the statement that, "Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws." The right to due process of law and equal protection of the law now applied to both the federal and state governments. On June 16, 1866, the House Joint Resolution proposing the 14th Amendment to the Constitution was submitted to the states. On July 28, 1868, the 14th Amendment was declared, in a certificate of the Secretary of State, ratified by the necessary 28 of the 37 states, and became part of the supreme law of the land. Congressman John A. Bingham of Ohio, the primary author of the first section of the 14th Amendment, intended that the amendment also nationalize the Federal Bill of Rights by making it binding upon the states. Senator Jacob Howard of Michigan, introducing the amendment, specifically stated that the Privileges and Immunities Clause would extend to the states the personal rights guaranteed and secured by the first 8 amendments. Historians disagree on how widely Bingham's and Howard's views were shared at the time in the Congress, or across the country in general. No one in Congress explicitly contradicted their view of the amendment, but only a few members said anything at all about its meaning on this issue. For many years, the Supreme Court ruled that the amendment did not extend the Bill of Rights to the states. Not only did the 14th Amendment fail to extend the Bill of Rights to the states, it also failed to protect the rights of Black citizens. One legacy of Reconstruction was the determined struggle of Black and white citizens to make the promise of the 14th Amendment a reality. Citizens petitioned and initiated court cases, Congress enacted legislation, and the executive branch attempted to enforce measures that would guard all citizens' rights. While these citizens did not succeed in empowering the 14th Amendment during the Reconstruction, they effectively articulated arguments and offered dissenting opinions that would be the basis for change in the 20th century. The first case represents 14th Amendment is the United States versus Wong Kim R.K. case, which is appeal from the District Court of the United States for the Northern District of California. Docket number 42, decided by Fuller Court. Facts of the case. This was a writ of habeas corpus, issued October 2, 1895, by the District Court of the United States for the Northern District of California to the Collector of Customs at the Port of San Francisco in behalf of Wong Kim Ark, who alleged that he was a citizen of the United States of more than 21 years of age and was born at San Francisco in 1873 of parents of Chinese descent and subjects of the Emperor of China, but domiciled residents at San Francisco, and that on his return to the United States on the steamship Coptic in August 1895 from a temporary visit to China, he applied to said Collector of Customs for permission to land, and was by the collector refused such permission, and was restrained of his liberty by the collector, and by the general manager of the steamship company acting under his direction, in violation of the Constitution and laws of the United States, not by virtue of any judicial order or proceeding, but solely upon the pretense that he was not a citizen of the United States. So, is a child who was born in the United States to Chinese citizen parents who are lawful permanent residents of the United States a U.S. citizen under the Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment? Because Wong was born in the United States and his parents were not employed in any diplomatic or official capacity under the Emperor of China, the Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment automatically makes him a U.S. citizen. Justice Horace Gray authored the opinion on behalf of a 6-2 majority, in which the court established the parameters of the concept known as jus soli, the citizenship of children born in the United States to non-citizens. Justice Joseph McKenna took no part in the consideration or decision of the case. If you have any experience or question about 14th Amendment, feel free to share with us.